AC Milan get a 2-0 win over Fiorentina. Janusz Michallik is joining me to look back quickly on that one, Janusz, because they've managed to yet again put together another decent performance without the likes of the great Zlatan Ibrahimovic. You know, I think everything's always better with Zlatan there, but still, they were able to pull this off.
I know. For a person that has named her dog Zlatan, I know how you feel about that. And many have felt what's going to happen without him. And obviously, as we see, that they're very much capable of coping without him. And it's not Zlatan. It's not just Zlatan. It's a great mark of a team when you sort of so dependent on his goals and what he does. Right? Ante Rebic led the line. He wasn't great in particular. Let's not forget that they were missing Rafael Leao as well. But most importantly, I was wondering how they're going to react without Ismail Benasser in the midfield, because he's been absolutely superb. So without them, they've learned how to control games as well. And I think that's important. Make no mistake, this Milan team is still very much in the rebuild. But listen, I mean, undefeated, you look at their situation at the table, and it is a big win, partially because they withstood a good start from Fiorentina. I don't think it was undermined the fact that they didn't have the likes of Leao or Zlatan Ibrahimovic or even Benasser. I think, there's a lot of players on the Milan team that quietly do a great work. Somebody like Salamakers, somebody like Caldara. Let's not forget Stefano Pioli as a manager, still not there. Daniele Bonera, the former great of Milan, is doing a great job in his absence as well. So this was one of those performances where you don't look for greatness, but you look to get the job done. And Franck Ribery scored from a penalty. Let's not forget, he also missed a penalty in this game where it could have been done and dusted 3-0 really without worrying it. So this is a very, very important psychological win for them.
And then, as you said, AC Milan, we know, especially in the recent past, I know a couple of Milan fans, and the number one thing that they always tell me is that supporting Milan is like chucking yourself on an emotional roller coaster. But so far, so good so far in the Serie A this season. And what you'd want to see is consistency to hopefully get them that Serie A title. As you just said, sometimes you don't need to look for the pretty wins. You just need to get the job done. Is that supposed to be the theme or the key for Milan to getting the job done for the rest of the Serie A season?
Yes, manage the games from week to week. They have put themselves under tremendous amount of pressure, and nobody expected that. Because look at, Inter are second, even though they've had a big win in terms of defeating Sassuolo, who were previously undefeated after Inter's struggle in Champions League. You look at teams in behind. So I think you're looking for leaders, and Zlatan is certainly one. So what happens when he's not there? I think it's important for us to talk about Gigi Donnarumma in goal, because he's matured. Remember how he was thrown in just a few years back as a 17-year-old. We all knew how good he can be, but he had those inconsistent games. He's had a howler or big mistake here and there. And right now, in this game in particular, what a save he had on Franck Ribery. And I think that defensive side knows now that in the back of them, they have one of the best, if not the best, some will say, goalkeeper in the world. And, he's still very, very young. So his leadership, his presence in the back is also helping in building that foundation that Milan wants it so badly to come back to those great Milan teams of the past.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.